Alright, so we're going to go into the Chamber of Arms, right? And we're going to take on Brachium using Kryla and her squad of defensive misfits here. The goal is to use primarily only Hex damage to kill it. But we'll throw Agrius in there since we just leveled her up and stuff. Where are you? Where are you, Agrius? Come to me. Alright, there she is. Whatevs, man. We'll give her just like a ribbon or something. I don't care if she dies. And you know what? I guess we'll give her a fire weapon. This way we know that she will always be able to deal damage. Because this particular enemy, it becomes weak to fire in the second phase. And only non-elemental damage and fire, I think. So this is the team, okay? We're going to go over the team. It's Kryla. Built for HP and Spirit, right? She's got a little Pure White Blessing on her to give her back some MP and stuff. Fill up her Limit Burst and all that stuff. Just use the best stuff you have, I guess. Everybody has immunity to, what is it, Blind and Sleep, I think. Blind and Sleep is what Brachium uses. So you don't want that on everybody. Right, we got Seaside Nicole, best defensive buffer in the game, if you ask me. I threw 3 stars on him to keep his MP cost low. And then I put Pure Lotus on him to keep his MP regen high. Reason being, I just built him for HP and MP otherwise. We want to just always have his defensive buffs up. He gives 100% defense spirit buff, along with 30% damage mitigation in the same move, plus he can restore MP to everybody else. Rem is a superstar here because she has 2 things that you're going to need. She has re-raise, because you cannot avoid Brachium's single target death. She's got that AoE re-raise. And on top of that, she can heal. So she could dual cast Kiraja, so she's good. Wilhelm's going to be the physical cover tank. No question there about what we're going to do with him, right? The reason why Wilhelm's so good for this is because he counterattacks, and Brachium becomes hazy, which lets him avoid 5 physical attacks, but the counterattacks can take that away from him fairly quickly. On top of that, he's got a mechanical heart on, just regen some HP on his own. Same deal with Awaken Rain. Awaken Rain is going to be there for Phase 2, because in Phase 2 you got to kind of switch to magic covering over a physical covering. And at some points when you have the single target death coming in, Rain will provoke that to get himself killed instead of Wilhelm. He's also got a mechanical heart, same thing, built for HP Spirit. You know, the gear is important, but not super important. And also I put Lakshmi on Seaside Nicole for charm protection, but I think he can actually remove charm on his own. Yeah. Snap out of it. Remove charm for all allies. So I switched that just now to put it on Rem. So you have 2 different people that can remove charm, which is nice. And Agrius is going to come in with the full break whenever Kryla is ready to use her big hex damage, which is Impending Doom. Impending Doom unlocks Eye of Doom, I think. Yeah, enable Eye of Doom for 2 turns. That will allow us to do some serious damage. And let's give this a shot. Nicole is better than Zargaboth. Sorry, chat. I agree. I think Nicole is better. I mean, Zargaboth's really good too. As a defensive support, he's excellent. But I'm a bigger fan of Nicole myself. So he's gonna kill somebody right away. Usually he kills either Wilhelm or Awaken Rain. It's better if he kills Awaken Rain, but if he kills, you know, if he kills Wilhelm, it's no big deal. You can just provoke with Awaken Rain on the first turn. Kryla, I just start off right away with using Calamity Brew to apply those breaks, keep his damage pretty low, and then this is what we're going to do with Nicole pretty much every round of the entire fight, right? So you see you did almost no damage there. We won't counter too much here, though. So the other thing we have to look out for is when he's getting ready to use the beheading, we have to keep we have to pay attention to that. So if I don't pay attention to chat too much for this fight, don't feel bad. It's just I have to pay attention to what I'm doing here, or the whole run could just get destroyed. Alright, so AoE, physical cover, Awaken Rain can do a whole lot of nothing, really. He doesn't need to do much. Like I said, we use the same thing with Seaside Nicole pretty much every turn. If you want, you can start applying debuffs with Witch's Brew, but really I just like kind of wait until I'll put Hex Eye on him, you know, just to give her a little damage until she's ready to use her big debuff. And let's heal everyone up. We have some Kiraja. So I think at the end of this turn he might be ready to behead. No, not yet. Okay. Alright, it's the same thing. Awaken Rain doesn't really need to do anything in phase 1. He's really not super important. But Wilhelm is. And we do this, right? We got a couple of turns before we can use Impending Doom. 3 turns, right? So we'll just keep doing... we'll just keep his attack and magic broken as much as possible. And Rem doesn't have to do much here either. She can just defend. I didn't see. Did he actually get ready for his beheading thing yet? I'm not sure if he did. But I'll tell you what I do normally when that comes up. Awaken Rain might have a provoke up, or he might not. See, he doesn't have the provoke, but Wilhelm does. So what I normally do is Kryla has a all enemy, all ally dispel. Right? So we dispel it. And then we AoE cover with Wilhelm again, and then provoke with Awaken Rain. This way, Awaken Rain is more likely to take the single target death. Seaside Nicole just reapplies that buff anyway, so we're back to where we started with that. And Rem can do re-raise on Awaken Rain. So if he does the beheading here, which I actually didn't see if he readied it, but if he readies it this turn, we'll just do that same rotation again so you can see it. Alright, so Assassination, Anticipation, okay? So we do the same exact moves. I'll show you what I mean. So, dispel everybody with Kryla, right? AoE physical cover with Wilhelm, provoke with Awaken Rain, re-raise on Awaken Rain, and then apply your defensive buffs. So now, Awaken Rain should take the beheading, and then Wilhelm should cover everything else. And there we go. Harmless. Okay, so she should have Impending Doom. Right now, Impending Doom, the turn that you have Impending Doom coming in, you want to take Rem out, you want to put Agrias in. You want to unlock Impending Doom, and then Full Break Plus. Nicole can still use his debuff, Wilhelm can then begin provoking again, and Awaken Rain can do nothing. Alright, so you can take Agrias out now. You can put Rem back in. And you kind of always just want to have re-raise on Awaken Rain, even though he's not doing much. And let's put the AoE cover back. I mean, he should have both right now. Yeah, he does. You can also use Wilhelm. On the off turn where you have nothing to do with Wilhelm, you can do D-Sword Crusher. Keep his attack broken. Kryla now is going to use Eye of Doom. And you see Brachium has tons of debuffs on him, right? There's 12 debuffs. And the Hex. And Seaside Nicole just does the same thing every time. Gives back MP. Puts that buff up. And you can see he's going to take a shitload of damage right now. $1.8 million damage from Hex alone, right? So Wilhelm's is going to do this right now, right? I'm actually not sure. I don't want to take. I don't want. Normally he's going to do a beheading, but normally you would. I would do what I did before with Kryla, you know, dispelling everybody. But I don't want to get rid of that Hex and miss out on a turn of damage. So I'm actually just going to Undying Aspiration them. Awaken Rain's Provoking. If he kills Wilhelm, everybody else should survive fairly easily. I'm putting Eye of Doom back on this bitch right now. And you can do a Limit Burst with Seaside Nicole for this round, I guess. Because it gives you a little HP barrier, so it should help them survive. So hopefully it's Awakened Rain. If he doesn't, shouldn't be that much of a problem. Oh, okay, we got to Threshold, so we were actually safe there. That's nice. And another 1.8 million damage. He might lose the Hex now, so he no longer has the Hex, right? Now we've got some more turns until we got 3 more turns. So now you just go back to Calamity Brew, right, with Kryla. You can dual cast Kiraja, get everybody healed up. Let's do that AoE cover because he's going to need it. And we'll put a Provoke on Awakened Rain, and Seaside Nicole can go back to his rotation of Lifeguard Shade and Lifeguard Refreshment. Capital Punishment. Oh, wait, you know what? That's my fault. I forgot to use a certain kind of ability. I forgot about that one aspect of his mechanics where you have to use like a limit burst, or if you use a limit burst, he does that capital punishment shit. You got to do something a turn beforehand. You have to actually damage him and use an attack when he comes out of those, when he does that threshold. Otherwise he does the AoE death to everybody and you can't avoid it. So the only way to actually avoid that otherwise is to use Rem's cooldown, re-raise everybody, which I should have applied. But I kind of forgot about that. Okay, we'll just redo it. Oh, Agri is coming in for the win. No. Let's just restart. So, one of the things to avoid, always kind of pay attention to that. When you reach the threshold attacks with him, you have to use certain attacks, otherwise he will just fuck you up. And just as a real quick refresher, let's make sure we're doing what we need to do, right? So let's go to Chamber of Arms, Brachium. Let's look at what you have to do to avoid him using that, okay? So Capital Punishment, instant KO, 100% to all enemies, cannot be prevented by Safety Bid or Genji Shield, right? And we'll look at what makes him use it. If the previous conditions were not fulfilled, Capital Punishment. So at that point, at that turn, the turn after crossing the threshold, right? I did all sorts of defensive shit. But you have to hit him with something, which I did not do. So if you hit with normal attack ability, Esper or an item uses Judgment of Light, which is magic damage, which we don't want to do. But if you hit by magic or used a limit burst, he uses Judgment of Evil. So I think we used the limit burst the turn before that. And if you don't do any of those things, he will use Capital Punishment and kill you. So this time, Awaken Rain bit it first, which is great. Because Wilhelm can just start on his cover. And Kryla can just Calamity Brew him. Keep him busted. So all we gotta do is look out for the assassination preparation thing. The fight actually, I feel like the fight is actually easier in phase 2 than it is in phase 1. Because you no longer deal with the instant death stuff in the second phase, I think. So Rem can dual white magic. Actually, you know what? Just fucking Undying Wish on him. He can do provoking and provoking as well. Kryla, if you feel like it, you can just throw a little Hex Eye on him like I did before, and she can just heal. Phase 2 is where you start dealing with the charm thing. So you're going to want Rem on her off turns to just apply the Lakshmi buff, where you cannot get charmed. Did you see my Santa Roselia? No, DBK, I did not yet, but I will check it out. A Rain and his beautiful head of hair? That's not nice. That's kind of messed up. I know why you're saying that. So, I didn't look and see if he actually... I did not look at all to see if he actually...
Get that ace out of here.
Get that ace out of here. I agree. If you want to deal a little bit of damage using Kryla just to apply more debuffs on him, you can do that with some of her hexes and shit. But you don't need to. I definitely did not need to do that, but alright. Oh, I didn't pay attention to the behead. We might get fucked up right now. Nah, we're good. Alright, so Willie's back. We'll do that, we'll do that, we'll do that. And Impending Doom's 2 turns away. We'll throw Hex Eye back on him. Fuck it. Everybody's got enough HP to survive there. When using the Turtle Squad here, like a solely defensive team, you should actually put just HP up as much as you possibly can, right? Damage and chance of stopping or inflicting random status ailments to all enemies and enable Cursed Eye for 2 turns. Now, Cursed Eye is a better version of Hex Eye. Deals more damage. You can use it if you want to throw it into her rotation, but I just don't even bother with that. Let's put the AoE cover back on Willie. Provoke back on Awaken Raid. Let's do the debuff again, and we have one more turn before Impending Doom. And she can just use Healing Prayer for now. Full Speed Claw. Alright, we're back in action. Assassination Anticipation. So, Awaken Rain is provoking, and I don't think Wilhelm is, so this is perfect. Yeah, get him with those counters, buddy. Alright. Yeah, so actually perfect. So all we need to do with Rem is throw Undying Wish on Awaken Rain. Awaken Rain doesn't have, you know what, just re-up on the provoke. Make sure you take the damage. You don't have to do shit. You can just defend. And Kryla can use Impending Doom. So now next turn we're going to bring Agrius in, use that full break. Kryla's going to put that Eye of Doom on. Wilhelm's going to provoke. Awaken Rain can do nothing. And Seaside Nicole, same thing. Now, the turn after Capital Punishment, we just have to make sure that we hit him with magic. Which is going to happen the turn after this. And we'll also put the AoE re-raise on, just in case. So now he's going to reach threshold. He's going to use Capital Punishment, right? So we don't have to do anything here except for, like, re-up on everybody's buff stuff. So, that, you put Eye of Doom back on. Seaside Nicole can do the same buff he was doing before, and you can reapply the full break as well. Now he'll do Capital Punishment. Or Dark Judgment, whatever it was. Alright, so now let's bring Agrius back out. We'll bring Rem back in. We will put everybody up on Undying Aspiration, right? Seaside Nicole, we'll hit him with some magic, right? We'll just use like Flood. No problemo. And we'll Calamity Brew him too, here. And we will Provoke with him, and Scarlet Healing with you. Wow, that actually brought him down to the brink. Alright, so now at this point, you're going to want to start magic covering over physical covering, right? So it's a good thing we put that Calamity Brew on him, because that dealt some serious damage. Actually, we're going to Limit Burst with Kryla, right? With Rem, we will Dual White Magic. Kiraja, everybody. Awaken Rain's now going to move into magic covering. But I'm actually going to put... Do they all still have the re-raise? No, they don't. I'm actually going to put re-raise on him. Right? And Seaside Nicole, at this time, for this point, I'm going to remove Charm from Wilhelm. Right? And Limit Burst it. Hopefully, Awaken Rain takes most of the damage there. He might die. But you're going to see, that's going to be something that happens to him a lot. Awaken Rain's going to die a lot of times. So we're going to always make sure that we have him with re-raise on him. So now that he still has it, we can heal up with Rem. Seaside Nicole can go back to his debuff and MP thing. Kryla can put Cursed Eye on this bitch. And Wilhelm can provoke the single targets, right? And Awaken Rain's just always going to make sure that he has his magic cover up. So normally, I just used a 90% mitigation with him. Normally that would actually kill him and bring him back to life, so we just keep doing the same thing kind of every turn. Until we have Impending Doom back up. Which is right now. And Wilhelm's just always going to keep that magic broken. For phase 1, you want to keep the attack broken. For phase 2, you want to keep the magic broken. And Rem's just going to continue to use... Oh shit, I did Curage it again. I should have put re-raise on Awaken Rain. Bam. Alright, so he lived. No big deal. So on phase 2, you don't want to leave Rem out, right? Because you want to keep putting re-raise on Awaken Rain just in case he dies. So you take Nicole out for Agrius when you want to apply the full break. And she will Eye of Doom. Rem will Undying Wish on Awaken Rain. Awaken Rain will keep his magic cover up. And Wilhelm can keep his Provoke up. Because once he starts to get damaged a little bit more, you'll see he starts to take... Awaken Rain can get killed, like, single target, like, pretty easily. Boom, 1.8 million damage, right? So the next round, Brachium's dead, right? So we know that. So let's just bring Agrius out. Let's bring him back in. So he can use this, Undying Wish. He doesn't have to do anything. You could complete Awakening with him if you want, right? The Impregnable and Kryla can just Eye of Doom again. And that's going to do it. So Invitation to Ruin, yeah, is the thing that kills him every now and then. And there you go. Good night. He's dead. Using pretty much nothing but damage over time with Kryla, which is pretty unique and fun to do. I'm not sure if we did that within 30 turns. I didn't look really quick at the end there. But I think that's one of the challenges for Brachium is to do it within 30 turns. Which will get you one of the rewards. But that's an easy way to get yourself the Royal Crown if you don't have it yet and you feel that Brachium was too difficult for you. Maybe you set up just a pure defensive squad like that. Throw in Agrius with that 12 debuff full break. If you have Kryla, bring her in there. Her damage over time will just melt them down. And that principle applies to most of the Chamber of Arms bosses because they don't have a lot of HP. I mean, they have between like 4 million HP and like 10. So the ones that have 4 million HP, you could probably just beat them in like 2 turns. Once you get her debuff applied. Once you get her Hex applied. So, there you go. Say goodbye to YouTube, everybody, for that one. And we'll come up with another strategy for another fight soon and do it on stream.